Yo, good morning, y'all. What's up? This your boy Garrett Spencer. How's everybody doing today? Today's Saturday. Y'all know what it is. Shout out day and get into what I'm going to talk about. First person I'm going to give a few people who just joined this channel. So I want to give their names first. So the first person I want to give a shout out to is the Coded Extreme. Coded Extreme. I appreciate the comment on one of my videos you made. Thank you. Second person is Big G Angel. Thank you for your support. And the third person is Shorts. Shorts with a Z. Appreciate you guys. Welcome. Next person, give a shout out special thanks to Dr. Josh Duro Gamer. Second person, give a shout out to is Calvin Bozo Jr. Another person, give a shout out to is Clark Family Gaming. Another person, give a shout out to is Lightsaber Samurai. Next person, give a shout out to is Alpha Nerd Entertainment. Another person, give a shout out to is Filippo. I hope I didn't say that name again. Another person give a shout out to is Rockstar Nick 2000. Another person give a shout out to is Sega Blocks. Another person give a shout out to is HCO Zombie. Another person give a shout out to is Godzilla Gamer 555. Another person give a shout out to is Reloads Gaming. Another person give a shout out to is Eastern Lord Gaming. Another person give a shout out to is the Game Room. Another person give a shout out to is the Gaming Caves. Another person give a shout out to his Speed Kings 125. Another person give a shout out to his Beard Squad Gaming. Another person give a shout out to his 64 Yo Gamer. Another person give a shout out to his Rayo Programmer. Another person give a shout out to his Spy versus Spy Gaming. Another person give a shout out. Another person give a shout out to Stark 845. Hold up, and then another person give a shout out to his Midnight Flare 8413. Another person give a shout out to his Morrowan Planet Games. Another person give a shout out to his Jazik Q. Another person give a shout out to his Linda, aka the Gamer Girl. Another person give a shout out to his Cloud Gaming. Another person give a shout out to his Jefferson Gamer. Another person give a shout out to his Brothers Gamers. Another person give a shout out to Sir Jacob. Another person give a shout out to his Dizzy the Gamer Jit. Another person give a shout out to his Gamer to Start. Another person give a shout out to his Kabara Gaming. Another person give a shout out to his Kane Deathbreaker. Another person give a shout out to his Mental X Gaming. Another person give a shout out to his Mr. Nasty Blasty. Another person give a shout out to is Tuzk. And another person give a shout out to his Amuse and Relax TV. Another person give a shout out to his R&R Games. Another person give a shout out to his Daddy Oak. Another person give a shout out to his Fear the Pack. Another person give a shout out to his Indie Gamer. Another person give a shout out to his Classic Gamer 74. Another person give a shout out to his Ion Gamer. Another person give a shout out to his Daniel Street Evil. Make sure I miss anybody. Let's see. Another person give a shout out to his The Silent Man. Another person give a shout out to his The Moral Limits. And what else did I... Another person give a shout out to his Retro Ed UK. Another person give a shout out to his Nathan's Gaming. Another person give a shout out to his T Belly. Another person give a shout out to his J Love 81. And as far as everybody else go, I want to say thank you guys and welcome. You guys are the greatest. I appreciate having you guys, so thank you. So that takes care of that. So Saturday, 6th day of the week, had a pretty good workout in the weight room upstairs, in my weight room. So got it in good. Love to train 6 days a week and stay disciplined. So my main priority gets my day started. So what I'm gonna get into today is I was doing some looking at some videos up on YouTube and looking at one of the videos that was talking about the 90s arcades and also about how Sega was big, and how good of a job I feel Sega did not only on the Genesis and like making the systems, but some of the systems I like, but also how good of a job Sega, how good of a job Sega did on the arcades and how big they were back in the 90s. Cause like as a kid, Sega Genesis, of course, popular, very popular machine. The ratings was up. My number one system. I love it and respect it all the way, and I'm proud to have, proud to still have it and play it time to time. And before, and that was big before PlayStation and N64 came out, but yeah, that's for the systems though. But when it came to the arcades, Sega was big in the arcades. It was like big in the arcades on most of these games. If you whatever you can think of, you always see produced by Sega, by Sega. Certain fighting games, shooting games, racing games. It's like some of the games of. It's always produced by Sega. Now back in the '90s arcades, they had some really good arcades back then in the '90s. Even as a kid, like let's say for instance, like if me and my dad or parents or something like that walking in the mall or walking through somewhere that had like a big arcades, I was like so nice, what was one of the things that was nice about them was the background of the arcades was good, like how the lights was like glowing in the dark, and like you could see the brightness, the bright lights of the arcades, bright lights of the arcade machines, and well, it's like walking through, it's like walking through. I mean, I know some of these videos were like in different cities and whatnot, and probably never been there, but like walking through these it's like taking a tour and walking through these arcades. It's just like so many games that you just like. I don't even you probably don't even know where to start or where you want to start playing first. It's like you be there like, okay, I guess I will play, let's say, this game, like like one of the games I played a long time ago, and I told you guys about the amusement park that's here in Pittsburgh. It's Kennywood, like the old arcade that was like in the back of the amusement park. I played that six player X-Men game, beat 'em up X-Men game, the 6 player one. The game was good. Game was good. Game was fun, and I love beat 'em up games. Yeah, X-Men. Was probably one of the best arcades. And I don't recall. I don't remember playing this. Probably never played it. But Alien looked good on an arcade. Some of the fighting games that you think of look good on an arcade. Like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Soul Calibur. Well, I don't think Soul Calibur was out back in the '90s. Maybe they was, but like some of the '90s games that was good. Some of the fighting games, shooting games, and racing games. Like just like I said before, when I was a kid, just want to go arcade. I just press, move the joysticks around, press the buttons, and even though there wasn't no money in it, but when there was actually money in it, like I was actually playing, and it was like a sit down helicopter game that I found neat. And that's how I kind of like started liking helicopter shooting games. Because they had one back there down there. They had one at Kennywood a long time ago. I don't think they have it no more, and don't even remember the name of it and what it looked like. But that was good. But like yeah, Sega was like big. Sega was like very good and really big, especially when it came to the '90s. And like they also talked about like the graphics on those arcade machines. Like they were like lightly better than what you can than what you were getting at home. And at the time, that's when NES and Sega Genesis was basically out. Because I mean, yeah, if you were looking for those type of graphics that you see in an arcade, you wasn't getting those at home. But then like until the first PlayStation came out, certain games you would play for them, you would play for the PlayStation One, and that was based off of an arcade. Then the graphics just started like on there just started looking the same, But see, as a kid, when it came to those big arcades, those '90s arcades, you'd be like, yeah, if your birthday came up, you probably figure, yeah, let's go to this certain place here, let's go. I want to go here or here from and have a birthday party there, and especially the time to hang with your friends and family, play games, and just have yourself a good time. And that's how big arcades was back then and how popular they was, you know. And I mean, and it's just like today it's just like these days, like I mean, it's like if I see an arcade, it's like I guess if I see an arcade, it's just like well, I don't know because this is like you got so much stuff at home now. It's like some people there's some people out there that still goes out to go out and play arcades. I mean, like I said, there's Dave and Buster's. That place is pretty popular. A lot of good games and a lot of good food and so I mean there's there and there's other places, but back then, like '90s arcades is definitely the place that you definitely wanted to be. Like if you guys, if you and your family was going out, you'd be like, oh, I want to go here. Like I said, I want to go there, have a birthday party there when my birthday comes, and invite friends, invite these people, that people, this person, that person, and do that. But yeah, Sega, like I said, Sega's definitely the shit, y'all. Like Sega, like I said, number one game, and like I said, Sega, the whole company, they did their thing. They did their thing. They did their thing all right, and they did a good job, and it was really big on, especially the arcade machines and like some of the systems that we like. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on that, though. That's what I believe. But anyway, that's all I really have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So y'all know what to do. Leave y'all's comments and thoughts down below. This your boy Garrett Spencer. You guys take it easy. I'll see you guys next time. Peace and I'm out. And remember, y'all, once a gamer, always a gamer. Keep on gaming, y'all.